It's Hanson.
Hello.
Hello. How you doing, fellers?
Doing good.
All right, we're really, really excited. We're giving away tickets next week for our all-access lounge inside the Amway Center. You guys are going to be there and doing, your old favorites, but of course, stuff from the new album, Anthem.
Yeah.
So,
That'd be great.
When it's time to record an album, how do you know when it's time to record an album?
Well, you have to pay the bills, basically. You're like, okay, we need to sell some more records, guys. It's a cycle. I mean, you go through a process. One of the great things about our job is that you do have the kind of two sides that you love that are completely opposite. One is making records, and you're sort of isolated, and you're writing, and
it's introverted.
Yeah. And then you have the other side where you go out into the world and you put on a show and you share the music. And so there comes a time in your touring cycle where you've been working whatever your record has been for some time, and everybody kind of goes, yeah, I think new record.
I'm slightly burned out now. I'm ready for a new set of songs.
You have a cycle where you're ready to create new music. You're always in that cycle. You're always, sort of stacking up the pile of new material as, every couple years. So
I'm just sitting here trying to think of like a pregnancy analogy where it's like, how do you know when it's time to make a new record? Like when her water breaks.
That sounds like a guy who has kids.
Yeah.
Everyone else is like, ew, gross.
Yeah.
That's one of the best analogies we've heard all morning. That's awesome. Hey, the thing is that because everybody can have a recording studio. I have one in my house. You can go and record anytime, anything. Does that actually make it tougher? Because it's like saying, okay, I'm going to go to a restaurant. This is not a pregnancy analogy. This is a restaurant analogy.
And they wouldn't make any sense at all.
And they have everything I could ever think of. That's actually harder to order than if they narrow it down to a few choices. So same thing with recording. Like because you can record anytime, does it make it harder to focus?
Well, I mean, I will say that there are a lot of challenges with modern recording where people just don't quite commit to things. And I think we lucked out that we got trained by a lot of guys who grew up only recording to tape and things of that nature. So you kind of you have to make decisions that are definitive and say, no, this is the sound of the drums that I'm going for. I'm going for big, reverb kind of thing, or I'm going for really like tight and contained and hip hop sounding, or I'm, what is the direction that I'm going? And that is heavily determined by the song. And so first and foremost, before recording anything, thou must write good songs.
Yeah.
I will say it's kind of comparable to the way photography has developed. So I'm definitely a photography nerd, and I like taking pictures at least. There's a million ways to take a good picture, and people that are novice can take a good picture. But the defining difference of a great photographer is really focusing on capturing those moments and
the subject matter,
framing the subject, and really painting a picture that is bigger than simply the quality of the photo. I mean, there's a lot of people that can buy, gear. It's another thing to actually really know how to maximize it and use it. And I think, like Isaac said, it comes down to great songs. A great song, should be good, recorded in many different ways.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably the most important thing.
So in other words, we're screwed because we got to write.
The bottom line is,
we're up.
It's all the material, guys, which means we're out of a job.
Exactly.
The new single, Get the Girl Back, it's got a very distinct 60s soul sound to it. Were you listening to a lot of music like that, and was that the inspiration, or where did that come from?
It's been a huge inspiration for us from the beginning. 60s, early 60s R&B, Motown, soul music, whether it be from kind of the southern roots of, Stax Volt, coming from Memphis or something like that, or Muscle Shoals, or whether it be Motown, or whether it be, all kinds of other things all across the Midwest and the South, early rock and roll from the 50s. It was always a huge influence on us. And honestly, I mean, we've been really talking about that in various different ways since the very, very beginning, because it's always just been a huge part of the DNA of our band. And it was a big part of the last record. And we really felt like with the new record, Anthem, although the record as a whole kind of takes a new turn and really goes in more of a rock direction, and is a lot louder and more boisterous and anthemic, hence the album title, Anthem.
Right.
But we really needed a song, felt like we needed a song that was a good bridge from where we're going to where we had been on the last record, and Get the Girl Back was a perfect transition, I think.
Also with the song, not only bridging the gap between the last record, but it really is a way to put an exclamation point next to the point of about our influences and letting fans and music critics and people that have followed the career sort of make sure to put a big highlighter over the aspect of our band which is influenced by that that style of music, and something honestly that we feel like we do well, we do justice, and we enjoy maximizing that that sound.
Yeah.
So
we know where we came from.
This is where we came from, and we're really proud of it.
So we're back to the water breaking.
There you go. When you do an album,
came from somewhere. Water had to break first.
The water shed,
except for with Zach, since he's a drummer, it was when the levee broke.
Right. Oh, there. Hello.
Okay.
A little Zeppelin reference. Hey, when you do an album, is it sometimes easier to look back on it and see the songs that are on it and go, okay, that's where our heads were, as opposed to saying, no, we can't use that song because that's not the theme of this album? Sometimes you might not even know where your heads are until you see, well, I guess this is where we are looking back on all the material we just recorded.
Sure. Yeah, I think that there's definitely truth in that. I mean, I don't know if it always, you have to sort of write all the songs first before you completely understand what package you want to create. You write 30 or 40 songs, and then you go, okay, these are the 12 I want to record.
Yeah,
and I think the same is true of sometimes looking at the subject matter of songs and what you were writing about. You sort of finish a record, record it, and you go, oh, I didn't realize how much that was affecting our writing until I really looked at it from 10,000 feet and was able to see all the subject matters, all sort of the tone of the record, the sounds. There's definitely that happens.
That's cool. All right, it's Hanson. The new album is coming out. It's called Anthem. The new single is out. It's called Get the Girl Back. And we have them for the Mix 105.1 All Access Lounge, starring Hanson at the North Club Bar inside the Amway Center, the crown jewel of Orlando. It's Friday night, April 26th. It's a private, intimate, acoustic performance. You get a photo opportunity with Hanson. They're going to be right there. And we're giving away the tickets next week, but we wanted to let you know about it in advance. And there they are. They're all on the same phone. Kind of passing it around.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, we are looking forward. We're looking forward to the lounge. I'm sure we'll get a chance to get up close and personal with the listeners.
Well, you know. It's
I just got creeped out.
I don't know what that means. I'm trying.
You got to be really careful. I mean, he has 5 kids and everything.
I haven't brushed my teeth in 4 weeks. Wow. Get opposed to that.
It's Hanson.
Here's where it spirals.
We'll see you very soon.
Viral videos. You actually get a virus if you look at it.
Gingivitis. You get gingivitis.
Oh God.
That's an awesome little bonus gift with purchase. All right.
Come to the lounge and get gingivitis from Zach.
We'll see you guys soon. Thanks, man.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.